Thank you for coming. This is great. Like I said, we did not expect such a great turnout. So this just shows how excited the community is, how excited the parishes are about this new addition to our diocese. So really, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I should probably introduce myself. My name is Myrna A.R. I'm the property manager and director of this place, and I have had the blessing and privilege to be part of the renovations and the design and just getting this place going. So I'm filled with blessings, and I'm very happy that you guys are here. Thank you for coming. This journey has been both a joyful one and an exciting one. We're incredibly blessed and grateful that the Lord opened these doors for us and had this expansion. We've wanted this for a very long time. For many, many years, we've been outsourcing our retreats to other retreat centers. And by the grace of God and the generosity of the Boji family, we were able to acquire this building and now open up our doors to not only our diocese, but to really anybody, which is amazing. Together, we can all say that we have a second home now. And I quickly want to thank everyone that was part of this journey. Our construction team, the Calabac Construction, they were amazing and patient with me. The Boji family for not only like their generosity, but their willingness. One beautiful quote that came to mind when I thought about the Boji family was something that Mother Teresa said. It is not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. And that really has been the Boji family. It wasn't just only about giving, but they really poured their hearts out into this. I wanted this to be something that we can all celebrate and enjoy together as a community. Not only thank you to our diocese and everyone within the parishes, but also everyone that came up from like Lake Orion. This is a very tight-knit community, and I'm really excited to work with you all. So I'm done talking, and I'm going to pass this over to Father Boji and the Boji family. Please give them a round of applause for their generosity. All right, so first we're going to start off with Ronnie Boji. There he is. Give a round of applause for that.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ron Boji. I'm the proud son of Louis Boji and the spiritual son of Father Manuel Boji. So this journey started well over 10 years ago. So Father Boji and I are probably some of the best of, closest of friends. So he would come over commonly and we would talk about life. He would say to me the thoughts of business and relay it into family, friends, and most important, faith. And he would always sit and say to me, son, I want to be able to leave something here. I want to be able to have something that for the generations to come will be forever lasting. We talked about different ideas and different concepts. But what stayed strong and sturdy during all of that was the love that I have for my grandfather and my grandmother, Nana Nejmen Judusivu, the deacon of our great organization in our community. And I was blessed to have a great time with my grandfather and my grandmother at a young age. I still remember the day when he came to San Diego, visited with us there. And I was in the second grade at that time, maybe even first grade. And my mom would say to Juddu, just wait. And I wouldn't understand what that really meant when I came home. So I would get picked up at the bus stop at 11:30 to come home. Probably I was in the kindergarten. From 9:30, he'd be asking her, when's he coming? So finally, a half an hour before the bus comes, he'd get and walk to the bus stop. And Shamasha, why are you walking a half an hour early? Maybe the bus driver will come early today. And I don't want Ronnie to sit and wait. And that's just like Father Boji and what he's done for the family. He doesn't make anyone wait. He is proactive instead of reactive. So when we sat down many years ago, he thought of a vision. And the vision is leaving our community with something that forever is going to be lasting. But more important than just lasting in bricks and mortar, it's the spiritual aspect of what takes place on a daily basis here in these retreats. So I'll say a great little comment that's a song of Garth Brooks. Some of life's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. What's the context? We were originally going to put this facility in a ground-up in Camp Dearborn, in Camp Brighton. That is a location that we, the community, acquired. We went through the numbers, we went through the items. We could financially make it work, although it would have been challenging. And the Lord had a reason to not do it there. We kept getting denied by the city. Denied and denied and denied. We said, fine, let it be something that we will not do. Then in turn, we had even another opportunity to be able to acquire a retreat center near, ironically, Mother of God Church. That deal fell apart. When this came about, pound per pound, dollar for dollar, there's not a better site in all of Michigan than for the Mar Eliya Retreat Center, period. We saw them all. So now it was all about the opportunity of, well, how do you put the dollars together to be able to do that? It's hard to say no to Father Boji. It's very hard to say no to Father Boji, nor do I think I have ever told him no. And we met with Bishop Francis, and we sat down. We went through the financial aspects of it. And thank God for Jamal Calabat and my Uncle Forensi. Because if anybody can squeeze a dollar out of anything, a penny it started with, but they squeezed a dollar, and look at what they've done over here. So in closing, I want to give a special thank you, of course, to my mother, Siham, my father, Louis, my wife, my sisters, my brother-in-laws, but the entire Boji family, and not only just the Bojis, all of the ones that have been married to the Bojis that came from the origin of my grandparents, because every single person put an effort into this facility. Whether it was a dollar or whether it was time, they put efforts into it. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here, and thank you all, and God bless you all.
We're going to have Francis Boji now.
You know, you did a good job.
It's hard to top Rani Boji, especially I have the flu.
Father Boji gets up to
Well, back maybe in 2018-19, Father Boji said, you know, I have this idea of having a retreat center that our family will build, create, renovate, whatever. And I want all the family, all the brothers and sisters, and their kids, their children and grandchildren to be in that assembly of this, what we are gonna do. So he said, we're gonna do a retreat center. That's my idea. Of course, we thought of Camp Galia in Brighton, Saroki team put together all the plans. We went to the township, Genoa Township. They reviewed it, we changed the plans. Then we go to the meetings, the council meetings, the city meetings, and you will see as many people as you see now, they were all against us. Meeting after meeting, until they issued a denial for our retreat center. And their excuse was traffic and noise. How can you have noise in a retreat center? It's a retreat. I mean, that was their excuse. But we didn't know that through the Genoa Township Assembly and Council, God was working for something else for us. This place came to be sold. And then we jumped. 93,000 square feet of a building, 43 acres of a land, with a lake, all for $2 million. Of course, the whole building was Surat Kharabe, because it was abandoned for years, except the academy, which is, a dorm on this side. So we bought it in 2023. January 2024, Jamal Qalabad was given the green light to start selective demolition. We start with demoing this wall, that wall. We end up demoing all the inside and changing all the rooms, because they were all single rooms, no bathroom, no air condition, no nothing. What we did, every 3 rooms, we made them 2 with a bathroom, each one of them. I'm sure a lot of you went through it. And from January 24 until 2 months ago, when it was ready, almost a year and a half, all this was done. Not only was done, under budget. If you can believe a Chaldean renovating anything to be under budget. We know that. We know that. It's never under budget. It's never on budget. It's never only 10% over budget. Thank you, Jamal. With the help of the volunteers and other donors that they donate all the furniture, all the beds that you see here were donated. I mean, and speak about volunteers. They were here day and night. You saw how dirty this was. And after construction, it gets dirtier. To clean it to the way you see it now, it takes a lot. Thank you all. Whoever worked here, whoever put any effort in, whether it was an idea, a work, money, whatever, thank you all. God bless you all, and God bless us. Thank you.
Sorry. Good job.
I get to have the privilege of introducing Father Boji. He is going to give a talk, and then he also wants to reveal something that's on the back wall. So just be patient with us. After he's done speaking, we're going to have one more speaker, and then I'll direct you on what we're going to do afterwards. Father Boji.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Sayyidina, my brothers and sisters, children, grandchildren, love you all. On around the year 2015, I started thinking of what to do with my money. إنه بطر ما نمثل أخواتي وخثواتي لزلوتي شر زلياويلا فكيف ندياولنا أنا بخاي. I realized I have more than I need. Whatever God ادياول لي خاي اتي بشكاور ما ديون سنيقة. So I started of thinking of a church project that serve multiple purposes. A retreat center was a good one. It will serve the spiritual needs of our community and many other communities. I wanted also that this project to keep the memory of my parents, Deacon Yusuf Boji and Najma Yatuma Boji, alive. I want their memory to be alive. for as long as possible. Like many, if not all other parents, they have sacrificed with no limits. They deserve this recognition. The unique sacrifice of my father to his family and to the special service he rendered to his community and the church, combined with the sacrifices of my mother, made me decide that this is the least that I should do for their memory. When the idea became clear to me, I opened the subject with some of my siblings who not only approved it, but they were willing to support it in many means, including the financial ones. So I was very encouraged to take the idea to Bishop Francis Calabat, who also liked the idea and supported. Then I started off thinking of a name for this facility. I wanted that the name be associated with my oldest brother, Eliya, Louis Boji name. In the Old Testament, the prophet Elijah was a perfect one. Elijah, the prophet, is a perfect symbol of meeting God in a positive seclusion and to defend the true faith. He was not afraid to facing the highest authority of his time to defend the truth. He faced the king of Israel and his wife, who were forcing people to worship idols instead of worshiping God. The aim of any retreat time is to meet God in our inside and to find what is His will in our specific life. As we heard from my nephew Rani, my brother Francis, this project is the project of all my siblings and their children. My wish is that their descendants will continue the same spirit. To each and every one of them, I am very thankful. Thank you not only for your substantial monetary contributions to this project, but especially for supporting me in every aspect of my life. Without you, I would not be able to acquire the amount of money that I contributed to this project. The Mar Eliya Retreat Center. Thank you again. My thanks go to each and every person I met in my life as a priest since 1968. Thank you, my dears, for your generous gifts, but more importantly, for you have shaped my spirituality as a human being. Finally, on behalf of all my brothers and sisters, Louis and Siham, Francis and Suad, Miriam and the late Essu, Gina and Salman, Kirk and Fatin, and Helen and Munir, and all their children and grandchildren, I would humbly like to ask Bishop Francis Calabat to accept the Mar Eliya Retreat Center facility as a pure gift to the Chaldean Catholic Diocese of the St. Thomas, the Apostle of the United States of America.
Congratulations, Manu. all the dreams and everything that was there.
Now I would like to present to you His Excellency Bishop Francis.
First and foremost, thank you, Fadi. First and foremost, a place to encounter God is such an important place in our lives. And this is where the prophet Elijah, and what was quoted by Myrna, where Elijah went up to the mountain, where there were so many different things from earthquakes to storms and everything, but God's voice wasn't there. When he heard in a whisper, his heart was moved. And this is where this place is. And it's wonderful to hear everything that has led up to this beautiful time and to today. And yes, it comes from a heart, and it comes from a family, and it comes from two people who have seen this from above. It comes from the sacrifices Father Manuel Boji was talking about. It's a sacrifice of love. It's a sacrifice to a family. And now it's a sacrifice to a bigger family. This is the wonderful gift that keeps on giving. And God's love continues to grow. Now, what led up to the time when the Boji family, and I still remember the time when Father Manuel came to me and said, I want to speak to you. And I said, sure. Because there was an idea of renovating the camp, building up the camp. And there was beginning of talk maybe to possibly put a retreat center there. And Father Manuel said, how about our family? And I said, wow, that would be wonderful. And matter of fact, it's the gift that keeps on giving. And then when I came and saw this facility, I was blown over, and I remember calling Myrna on the phone, and I said, are we reinventing the retreat experience? Yes, we are. This is a reinvention, because when you go to a retreat place, and I want to tell you that, it's supposed to be smaller, it's supposed to be whatever. We come over here, and by the way, the priest already had a retreat here. I asked them on the last day, should we go back to the camp, or should we, here. I didn't even finish my sentence. This is how beautiful this place is. Now, what started off in the diocese, I want to start with 2002. When ECRC had begun, we started our first retreat. It was a retreat for high school boys. And I was happy to see and to hear that one of those high school boys retreatants was responsible in his company to keep this place cleaned. This is after 23 years. And so we had a high school boys retreat, and it was so wonderful. It was a short time later we had a high school girls retreat. And then we decided that this is something we felt as ECRC that's good for the community, that we wanted to continue to do this. And then we started getting people asking us, why is it only for high school? Well, okay, so 18 to 24. Why is it? Well, what about us? Okay, 24 to 30. Well, what about us? I said 30 to 40. Now we have 40 to 50 as well. And pretty soon, what I used to, as a joke, I used to say, we're going to have a retreat called SS, Social Security, for all those. But here's how much we've grown. And I'm not going to talk about parishes and different local pastors and parishes, what they're doing in their retreats. In matter of fact, right now at 6 p.m., there is a retreat with one of the youth groups, and this is why some of our leaders couldn't make it. So right now, immediately, there's a retreat somewhere else. But now that we have our own center, I'm only going to give you statistics only from ECRC on a yearly basis. We have 17 retreats a year. We have around 600 retreatants every year. That's 600 this year, that's going to be 600 next year, that's going to be, and it's growing. So this is where it is actually giving to the heart and to the spirit of our leaders and our retreatants. The number of leaders are 110 leaders are also leading those into the heart of God. This is a gift. This is a wonder that we never thought, but God did. And put it in hearts of so many different people. But when God puts something into the heart, He makes sure that it becomes concrete. It isn't just an emotion. And today, it's concrete. And I gotta say, it's solid. So for the Calabac Construction and Francis Boji, you guys did a wonderful job. This place is a wonder. And it's a wonderful place. So thank you. This has been a wonderful and really exciting gift to the diocese. This, I believe this is the absolute first Chaldean Catholic retreat house in history, maybe. And it comes from loving and generous hearts and all the hearts that came into this place.